Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we finally have our response to the shady Christmas card and petition that we sent over to President Yoon right at Christmas time, saying that, look, we have a petition of worldwide BTS fans who are absolutely pissed, and they're not just going to let it go. Yeah, you might have won that battle, but are you ready for a war with the BTS army? Well, I'm going to tell you what the Ministry of Defense had to say. They throwing shade right back. And if there's anything that a Korean person can do is if they get shade, they throw some back. So we need to break that down. And of course, the merch line is new, and a lot of you have responded positively to it. Some of you have actually said, yes, I'm going to wear this proudly. So good for you. I want to really know how people respond when they see, our definition of K-drama out there. And of course, look at the description below for the special coupon code for Seoulite TV viewers for the LED masks or the eye care solution. All that coming up and more. So stay tuned. Okay, so they actually responded, and it didn't take them that long to respond. This letter actually came about a week ago, and it's very short and sweet, and it's basically super bureaucratic, and it didn't come from the presidential office. They knew exactly right away to just send it on over to the Ministry of Defense or the Military Manpower Association. The return address on the envelope said Military Manpower Association, but this letter itself says Ministry of Defense. Now, of course, if you've been following Korean politics, you know that the president shut down the Blue House, our version of the White House, and moved his presidential complex into the whole compound that the Minister of Defense is usually the head of. And so it didn't really have that far to travel. They just probably sent a page boy over there and delivered it. And so I wanted to go over, look at this response, look at this paltry response. After I picked a special Christmas card with a Santa on the cover that looked like President Yoon driving a sled that was crashing even though the reindeer wasn't moving. Yeah, that was the metaphor, right? We put so much effort into this, and they give us this paltry response. All right, so it says, to Sean Lim, response to your civil complaint. This is our response to your Dear President Yoon letter. Hello, first, thank you for sending us your opinions on the matter of national defense. Since the content of your complaint regarding the BTS military conscription issue is unclear, please understand we are limited in our response to your inquiry. Please understand. If you have lived in Korea for a while, you're going to get that joke. If you have any further questions on military manpower policy and military policy, please contact the following number and we will cordially address your concerns. Thank you. And what? They're like, Miss Miranda Priestley. That's all. And so it's stamped Minister of Defense, but below you see the names of the bureaucrats who handled the case. So basically they're saying we don't know how to respond to, we don't really even know what your complaint is. And of course, the way that we sent it was not to be so confrontational, to be, throwing some shade in their direction. And I'm sure they knew exactly what it was all about, but I mean, hey, it's equal opportunity. It's so shady here. We need a lamp. They're good at throwing shade back, being like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you have any questions, call this number. I ain't calling this number. It'll probably be like a 2-hour rodeo. So that is essentially the response to our shady Christmas gift. But what I've noticed is that no matter how much people say that, this is whatever, in the back of their mind, there's still some effect. So I want to, thank everybody that you actually signed the petition, and we did as much as we could, print out a lot of paper and send it on over. Perhaps President Yoon got the Christmas card. Maybe he kept the Christmas card and then he sent over the other stuff. But it was definitely a shady Christmas, a really good Christmas for the Yoon household, because his wife got cleared of plagiarism charges, even though the investigation committee said that 42% of her work was exactly a replica of other academics' work. But I guess 42% is okay. And she's not being investigated for the whole stock manipulation scheme. And it's extremely clear that she was a part of it, according to a lot of people who are analyzing all of the evidence. And so that was, a good Christmas for them. Also, remember, they got a new dog, and he brought his dog to the office, like, take your dog to work day. And that was the day when North Korea sent its drones into the presidential compound. And people are just like, what are you doing? Pay attention to your job. If you've seen from another video, there were 2 dogs that were gifted from Kim Jong-un to the previous president, President Moon. And President Moon said, like, oh, these dogs, like, they should stay with the president. And the new president, Yoon, was like, I have like 12 dogs already. Like, I don't need these dogs. And he's saying, like, oh, the dog should stay with the owner. But then President Moon, the outgoing president, said, like, oh, they should stay at the presidential compound. So then eventually they got abandoned. Well, they got relocated somewhere in the countryside. And so maybe North Korea was upset that their dogs were being rejected and they wanted to see who the new dog was. Anyhow, it was a shady Christmas. It's a shady response. But hey, that's how we live here. All shady. So what do you guys think? I mean, that was a pretty paltry response. Pretty paltry, but at least they responded. And somebody had to recycle all that paper. All right, guys, put your comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Remember, the merch line is there in the link below. And also get the special coupon code for the LED masks to rejuvenate your skin at home. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.